Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. We all like people who are like us, so it's no surprise that mirroring our conversation partner's behavior will both make them like you more and be more open to your ideas. Indeed, we all want to persuade, whether it's to watch the movie we want, close that donor or customer, or getting that no longer special someone out of our life. Of course, you don't want to be a phony, but there is a big difference between being phony and being adaptable. Only the self-absorbed act the same way with everyone. So here are some ways in which you could flex to be more in sync with your conversation partners. First, we'll talk about speech. I have found that mirroring your conversation partner's speech patterns is the most helpful form of mirroring. First, let's talk about formality. Some people like a measure of formality, politeness, and professional language. Others prefer colloquialism, even the occasional scatology. While I've uttered when I've uttered an expletive and have asked if that was offensive, most people say they appreciate it. That's a sign of being human, authentic. A word about small talk. Some people like a fair amount of small talk before getting down to business, while others are fine with just a sentence or two. Pace. I usually try to match my speech's pace with my clients'. By nature, I'm a fast talker, but I recognize that's uncomfortable, if not downright incomprehensible, to some people. This seems to be a particularly helpful area for mirroring their pace. Volume. I'm generally soft-spoken, but without straining, I try to approach my client's volume level. Fact versus feeling. Some people like the focus to be on facts, statistics. Others like conversations that are rich in the use of feeling words. For example, I'm excited about the prospect, or are you sad about him losing his job? Practical versus idealistic or spiritual. Some people like to focus on the doable. For example, here are 3 things that might work. Which of any do you like? Others enjoy blue skying. For example, in the cosmic scheme of things, it would be wonderful if people were less self-absorbed. Length of utterance. Some people are concise, crisp. Their average utterance is a half minute or less, and is always on point with few, if any, tangents. Other people's speech is leisurely, expansive, with meandering sidetracks, a pleasure. Now let's turn to a mirroring appearance. As a visual species, it's easy for us to feel more comfortable with someone whose clothing is similar to ours. First, there is the degree of formality. Even within the same profession, some people like to, quote, dress for success, while other people like to dress down. When I sense it's going to matter, I wear something that's in sync with what my client will likely wear. And that's easy for me because I work at home and I can change between clients. Style. Now here I'm not going to deviate much from my natural preferences. I like timeless styles and understated colors. I'm not willing to go fashion forward and in bright colors. Now let's turn to values. Today, more than I can ever remember in my lifetime, people are likely to be open to you if you mirror their values, you share their values. Let's start with politics. People do tend to bond or repel because of political kinship. While I won't dissemble, if interacting with someone I sense has different politics from mine, I'm going to keep my views to myself. If I feel the person is likely to be a kindred spirit, I will float a small trial balloon and see how it's received. Now, religion. Although I'm an atheist, if I sense my client is religious, I might, as appropriate, invoke religion in a comment or question. For example, I've sometimes asked if God were listening in on our session, what would he say to you right now? And finally, a bit about body language. I have not become convinced that mirroring my clients, for example, they're crossing their legs when they, crossing my legs when they cross their legs, is a potent enough factor to justify my devoting attention to that. The takeaway? Selective mirroring, I want to reiterate, does not conflict with authenticity. Of course, retain your core beliefs, but superficial mirroring can facilitate more productive and pleasant exchanges with your conversation partners. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like you to hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.